When your body hurts, the mind fills with fear. Every ache seems like a warning, every throb like a signal that something is breaking down. But Joseph Murphy revealed a secret most never realize. Your body is listening to every word you say. Speak in fear, and you plant seeds of weakness. Speak in faith, and you awaken the healing presence that already lives within you. Those who came to him did not seek empty theories. They came in pain, desperate for relief. And what they found was not despair, but hope. For Murphy knew this law: the subconscious mind controls the functions of the body, and the subconscious responds to words spoken with conviction. The right affirmation repeated with faith becomes a command, and the body obeys. And now, you stand before that same truth, not by accident, not by chance. The words you are about to hear have healed the sick, restored the weary, and renewed the broken. They do not belong to superstition, but to an eternal law that does not fail, does not weaken, and does not sleep. So pause, breathe, set aside the words of fear you've spoken over yourself. Step into this moment as though entering a sacred chamber. For what you are about to hear is not just encouragement, it is a living seed, waiting to take root in the soil of your mind and produce health in your body. Prepare your heart, quiet your thoughts. For once you receive this truth, you will never speak to your body the same way again. Now, let the words of Joseph Murphy reveal the affirmation that heals, and witness what happens when you say it with faith.
When your body aches, when pain whispers in your bones or shouts through your muscles, you may think it is your master, but what if the truth is far more dangerous and far more liberating? What if every throb, every sickness, every broken rhythm of your body is only an echo of what you have silently impressed upon your subconscious mind? What if your pain is not the final word, but the reflection of an inner command you did not know you were giving? And what if tonight you could begin to reverse it, not by fighting the pain, but by planting a new command, a living affirmation so powerful that your subconscious must translate it into healing? The question is not whether the body obeys, but whether you are willing to give it a new law to follow. The law of life is the law of belief. Your body is the servant of your subconscious, and your subconscious is the obedient executor of your convictions. If you tell yourself repeatedly, "I am weak, I am sick, I am broken," the subconscious receives that impression and carries it out with exactness. It adjusts every cell, every gland, every organ to fit the picture of your belief. But if you declare with conviction, "I am whole, I am strong, I am filled with divine vitality," the same law obeys that command. It is impartial. It does not argue. It does not reason. It accepts what you believe and manifests it. Say this aloud, even as you listen. The law of life is the law of belief. Write it on paper. Engrave it upon your mind. For this is the first truth that can set your body free. Consider the man who feared illness with such intensity that every cough in the air became his prophecy. He declared in his heart, "I will catch that disease." And he did. His subconscious, impressed with the belief, mobilized his body to obey. Yet another man, living in the same conditions, affirmed daily, "The healing presence of God flows through me. I am immune to harm, guided and sustained by divine help." He walked unharmed, his subconscious marshaling the body's defenses to express his conviction. Same environment, different belief, different outcome. What does this reveal? That your body is not the victim of chance, but the expression of your inner decree. The subconscious is your silent physician. It heals cuts without your command, knits bones without your conscious effort, regulates heartbeat and digestion beyond your awareness. But it also listens to the words you whisper within. If you constantly affirm sickness, it will act accordingly. If you constantly affirm health, it will release power to heal. That is why so many who believe in a pill or a prayer experience results. It is not the object, but the conviction behind it. The subconscious responds to belief, and belief is impressed by repetition, emotion, and expectancy. Do not beg your body to heal. Command it with faith, and it will obey. There was a woman tormented by insomnia. She spent night after night in anguish, telling herself, "I will never sleep." Her subconscious, faithful as always, obeyed. When she came to me, I told her, "Stop commanding wakefulness. Begin to affirm, I sleep in peace, for God's love surrounds me. I rest in harmony, and my body is renewed." She repeated this nightly, feeling the calm of it, and soon sleep returned to her as naturally as breathing. The body expressed the new command. What changed? Only the seed. The soil remained the same. This is why I say never finish a negative sentence. If you begin, I am sick, immediately replace it with, I am whole through the infinite healing presence. Reverse the thought, and wonders will follow. Your subconscious does not argue with diagnosis. It does not weigh the evidence of symptoms. It only accepts the impression you allow. If you tremble at the doctor's word, saying within, it is hopeless, then the subconscious engraves that command and carries it out. But if you hear the diagnosis and respond inwardly, divine intelligence heals me now, my body responds with harmony, then the subconscious accepts that order, and new healing forces are released. I do not tell you to deny the condition. I tell you to refuse to make it master. Pain is not sovereign. Disease is not ultimate. The law of life is the law of belief, and the highest belief is that the infinite healing presence dwells within you, ready to restore and renew. Your body is constantly eavesdropping on your inner speech. Every word you say to yourself is a seed planted in flesh. Say, I am exhausted, and exhaustion deepens. Say, I am revitalized, and strength begins to rise. Say, I am broken, and the fracture widens. Say, I am whole, and the subconscious begins the work of repair. This is not fantasy, it is law. The subconscious is the builder of tissue, the regulator of hormones, the architect of nerves, and it obeys the blueprint you hand it, whether of ruin or of renewal. So I ask you, what blueprint are you handing it tonight? A man once healed his sarcoma by impressing his subconscious with light. He declared repeatedly, every cell of my body is filled with God's light. The healing presence flows through me, restoring me completely. His faith became conviction, and conviction became flesh. The growth dissolved, the body responded, the law acted. Was it chance? No. It was obedience. The subconscious was given a new command, and it carried it out with absolute fidelity. You can do the same. You can say to your subconscious, I am whole, I am healed, I am strong. And if you repeat it with feeling, with expectancy, with persistence, the body will obey. Tonight, as you prepare for rest, do not rehearse your pain. Do not tell your body again what hurts. Speak instead the law you want expressed. Whisper to yourself, the healing power of God flows through me now. Every cell is alive with vitality. I am whole. I am free. I am renewed. Write it on a paper, keep it by your bed, repeat it until your subconscious accepts it as fact. And once accepted, it cannot fail to express. For the law is sure, the law is faithful, the law cannot be mocked. What is impressed is expressed. Say it once more, as a decree to your body. I am one with health and harmony. I am whole, strong and free now. The moment you accept pain as your identity, you give it authority to remain. When you say within yourself, this is my disease, my condition, my weakness, you are writing a decree upon the tablets of your subconscious. And the subconscious, loyal to the command, shapes the body to match. But the instant you withdraw that authority, the instant you refuse to call pain yours, you begin to weaken its hold. You may acknowledge its presence, but never its ownership. Say not, I am sick, say a passing condition is leaving me, and divine health is my eternal state. The subconscious does not know the difference between metaphor and reality. It accepts whatever you stamp upon it. So stamp truth, and truth will heal. Consider the woman who was told she would never walk again. Doctors spoke final words over her, and she wept, believing them. But then she discovered a higher law. She began to imagine herself walking. She pictured her legs moving, her body strong. She whispered day and night, I walk in strength, guided by infinite power. The life of God moves through me now. At first her body resisted, but the subconscious absorbed the image, absorbed the command, and slowly the body obeyed. One day she stood, then walked, then ran. Medicine could not explain it, but law did. What is impressed is expressed. She impressed walking, and walking was expressed. Pain and paralysis had no choice but to obey the new decree. Do you not see the secret? Your body is your servant, not your master. It does not rule you, it obeys you. But it obeys the deeper voice, the voice of conviction, not the shallow cry of wishful thinking. If in your depths you believe you are broken, the body must mirror it. But if in your depths you believe you are whole, the body must mirror that. This is why repetition and persistence are essential. You must speak the affirmation until it drops from surface words into deep conviction. Once it reaches the subconscious, the battle is won. For the subconscious cannot resist, it must obey. One young man lived in constant fear of heart disease. Every flutter of his chest convinced him he was dying. His subconscious, impressed with fear, magnified his symptoms until his life became misery. I told him, stop rehearsing death. Begin to affirm life. Say, my heart beats in rhythm with divine harmony. The life of God circulates in me. I am strong, I am safe. At first he trembled as he spoke it, but over time the fear dissolved, replaced by faith. His heart calmed, his health returned, his body mirrored his new belief. The law had never failed him. He had simply misused it. He had impressed fear, and fear was expressed. But now he impressed faith, and faith was expressed. Understand this. Every thought carries vibration into your cells. Fear tightens muscles, poisons blood, quickens decay. Faith relaxes tissue, enriches blood, restores harmony. Resentment clogs circulation. Forgiveness sets it free. Despair weakens immunity. Joy strengthens it. The subconscious translates every dominant thought into biochemical reality. You are not merely thinking, you are creating. This is why laughter heals, why love strengthens, why peace restores. These emotions are not sentimental. They are physiological commands to your body, and the body obeys them as law. Therefore, choose wisely what you permit to dwell in your mind. Imagine your body as a vast orchestra, every organ an instrument, every cell a musician. The subconscious is the conductor, following the score you hand it. If your score is written with notes of fear and despair, the orchestra produces discord, and you call it disease. But if your score is written with notes of harmony, peace, and life, the orchestra produces music, and you call it health. The musicians are waiting for your command. The conductor is waiting for your signal. What music will you write tonight? Discord or harmony? Pain or healing? The choice is yours. Even science confirms the power of suggestion. Under hypnosis, a subject told his skin was burned, developed blisters, though no flame touched it. Another told he was paralyzed, could not move his arm, though nothing restrained him. If negative suggestion can cripple, why should not positive suggestion heal? If fear can produce disease, why should not faith produce health? The subconscious does not care whether the command is noble or destructive. It only obeys. So why not command it toward healing? Why not affirm what you desire instead of what you dread? The law is impartial, and it is waiting for your voice. Never finish a negative thought. If you catch yourself saying, I am tired, correct it. I am refreshed by divine vitality. If you begin, I am sick, reverse it. I am whole in every fiber of my being. Train yourself to reverse instantly, for each reversal is a seed of healing. Do not argue with the symptom. Replace it with truth. The subconscious does not resist correction. It welcomes it. Every time you replace fear with faith, you engrave a new groove in the mind, and soon the old pattern dissolves. Repetition is mastery, and mastery brings healing. Now let us seal tonight's lesson with a command to the body. Say it with me, not weakly, but with authority. I am one with the infinite healing presence. Every cell of my body vibrates with life. I am whole, strong, and renewed. Write it down. Whisper it before you sleep. Speak it until your heart believes it. For once the subconscious accepts this command, the body must obey. Pain cannot resist. Disease cannot remain. The law is faithful. What is impressed is expressed. Let this be your law tonight. I am whole, I am strong, I am healed now. The body is a servant fashioned out of dust, yet animated by the living spirit within you. It takes no initiative of its own. It simply mirrors the instructions handed down from your subconscious. If you tell it through fear, you are fragile. It will act fragile. If you tell it through resentment, you are poisoned. It will obey and weaken. If you tell it through faith, you are strong, whole, and radiant with divine life. It will align itself with that conviction. Pain may shout for your attention, but the subconscious speaks louder still, and it always has the last word. What you believe about your body becomes the law it must follow. So ask yourself tonight, what law are you giving it to obey? There was once a girl who longed to sing, but trembled with stage fright. Each time she prepared to perform, she whispered to herself, "I will fail, I will forget." Her subconscious, taking her words as commands, filled her with paralysis. But when she learned to affirm, "I am confident, poised, and divinely guided," and when she imagined herself singing with calm, her subconscious rewrote the script. Soon she sang with freedom and joy. The stage had not changed, the audience had not changed, only the belief had changed, and with it the body's response. This same law governs sickness and healing. The subconscious cannot argue, it only expresses what is impressed. Do you understand what this means? It means no diagnosis, no history, no inherited condition has ultimate power over you. These are suggestions, and suggestions become law only if you accept them. If you receive a verdict of hopelessness and accept it, your subconscious enacts it. If you hear the verdict and reply within, "Divine order governs my body, and healing is mine now," your subconscious accepts that higher law and sets healing in motion. The body does not resist, it obeys. It obeys whichever voice speaks with authority in your heart, fear or faith, despair or hope, death or life. Which voice will you allow to rule? One man lived years under the shadow of stomach ulcers. He rehearsed them daily, telling himself, "I cannot eat this, I cannot do that, I will always be weak." His subconscious, faithful as ever, kept his body enslaved. When he came to me, I taught him a new command. Night after night he was to say before sleep, "My stomach is strong, my digestion is perfect, the healing light of God flows through me." He imagined himself eating with ease, living with vitality. Within weeks the ulcers dissolved, his health restored. What medicine had not accomplished in years, faith accomplished in months. The law was simple. He stopped impressing weakness, and he began impressing strength. The subconscious expressed exactly what it was told. Think of your subconscious as the soil beneath the surface. You cannot see what is planted there, but the harvest always reveals it. If weeds of sickness rise, it is because sickness was sown. If blossoms of health appear, it is because health was sown. Do not blame the soil, it is faithful. Blame the seed, and remember, you are the sower. Every thought, every feeling, every word is a seed cast into the inner ground. The subconscious does not choose what you plant, it only grows what you give it. So guard your sowing. Refuse to scatter weeds. Plant only the seeds you wish to harvest in your flesh and your future. The subconscious is also moved by imagery. Words without pictures often fail, but words with vivid imagination pierce deep. If you would heal, see yourself whole. Imagine your blood coursing pure, your organs functioning in harmony, your limbs strong and free. Paint the picture so vividly that your subconscious cannot distinguish it from reality. It does not know the difference between the imagined and the actual. It accepts what is pictured with feeling as fact, and once accepted, it must express it. This is why visualization joined with affirmation is so powerful. You are not deceiving yourself, you are impressing the law. Pain has no power except the power you give it. The body may cry out, but it is your subconscious that decides whether the cry becomes permanent. If you yield and say, "This pain is mine, it will never leave," the subconscious makes it so. But if you answer firmly, "This pain is a shadow and divine light dissolves it now," the subconscious accepts that as command, and the body begins to change. It may not be instant, but it is inevitable. The law cannot resist conviction. The body must follow the blueprint handed to it by your belief. You may wonder, can the subconscious truly reverse years of damage? I tell you, yes. It does not measure time as you do. It does not say this has lasted too long. It only obeys the present impression. The moment you impress healing, that moment the law is set in motion. The harvest may take time to appear, but the seed is already growing. Never despise small beginnings. Every faint easing of pain, every small return of strength is proof that the law is working. Give thanks for it and affirm it more deeply. In time, the small shoots will become a great tree of healing. Let us anchor this truth tonight with a living affirmation. Say it with me, not mechanically, but with feeling. The healing presence of God flows through me now. Every organ, every cell, every function of my body is made whole. I am strong, I am vital, I am free. Write these words. Whisper them before you sleep. Repeat them until they sink deep into the soil of your subconscious. For once planted, they cannot fail. The law is sure. What is impressed is expressed, and your body, obedient servant that it is, must mirror the decree. Your body is not a prison, it is a reflection. Every ache, every stiffness, every disorder is a signal from within, pointing back to the image impressed on your subconscious. If you accept pain as permanent, it becomes permanent. If you believe healing is inevitable, it begins its work instantly. The subconscious does not calculate odds or consult history. It responds only to the command it receives with conviction. Say to yourself now, I am one with the infinite healing presence. I am whole, strong, and free. Whisper it, write it, let it echo in the chambers of your mind. For the body must obey the voice of belief. There was a minister in South Africa, diagnosed with lung cancer. Medical authorities declared his case hopeless, yet he refused to accept the verdict. Each night before sleep, he imagined his lungs clear, radiant, and filled with light. He repeated silently, "The healing power of God flows through me. Every cell is filled with divine vitality. I am whole." His subconscious, taking the impression as fact, began to mobilize the body's resources. Slowly health returned and the cancer dissolved. Doctors called it miracle. But it was not miracle, it was law. The subconscious, once convinced of wholeness, must express wholeness. The subconscious mind governs every function of the body, the heartbeat, the circulation, the digestion, the repair of tissue. It does not sleep, it does not rest. While you slumber, it labors, following the orders given by your conscious thought. If you go to bed rehearsing sickness, the subconscious continues that work in the night. But if you fall asleep declaring, "I am strong, I am vital, I am renewed," the subconscious engraves that as blueprint, and the body begins to follow. You are always giving it orders, whether through fear or faith. The question is, which orders are you giving? Do not underestimate the power of suggestion. History records countless examples of people developing symptoms because they believed a curse was upon them, or falling ill simply because they expected to. If suggestion can produce sickness, why can it not produce health? If fear can create disease, why can faith not dissolve it? The subconscious is impartial. It will obey whichever suggestion dominates. This is why affirmations repeated with faith are so powerful. They are deliberate suggestions planted into the subconscious, and once planted, they must sprout. I once knew a man crippled with arthritis. He declared daily, "I am stiff, I am useless, I am finished." His subconscious, hearing this repeated decree, made it flesh. When I met him, I instructed him to reverse it. "I am flexible, I am strong, the life of God flows through my joints." He laughed at first, calling it foolish, but I urged persistence. Slowly, as he affirmed and imagined freedom, his body began to loosen. The subconscious had been given a new blueprint, and it rebuilt according to the new design. His recovery astonished his friends, but it did not astonish me. What is impressed is expressed. The law cannot be mocked. Think of your subconscious as the soil, and your words as seeds. The soil will grow whatever is planted, whether weeds or wheat. It does not choose, it only produces. So too with your body. If you plant words of pain, you harvest more pain. If you plant words of life, you harvest health. The harvest does not appear overnight, but it always comes. No farmer despairs because the seed does not sprout in a day. He trusts the process. So must you. Plant health tonight. Water it with faith tomorrow, and soon you will walk in its fruit. Science itself testifies to the power of belief. Under hypnosis, a subject told his skin was burned, developed blisters, though no flame touched him. Another told he was paralyzed, could not lift his arm, though no chain bound him. Their subconscious accepted the suggestion and expressed it in the body. If the subconscious can produce harm from false belief, why should it not produce health from true belief? This is the very same mechanism at work in prayer, in affirmation, in faith. You are hypnotizing yourself daily, either with words of defeat or words of victory. Choose victory. Do not finish negative sentences about your body. If you begin, "I am sick," stop and correct it. I am whole in every cell of my being. If you start, I am weak, reverse it, I am strong in the life of God. Every correction is a seed of healing. Every reversal is a victory. Over time, these seeds grow into conviction, and conviction becomes expression. Do not argue with symptoms, speak to them. Give your subconscious a higher law to obey. Pain is loud, but conviction is louder, and conviction always wins. Now let us plant tonight's seed. Say with me, not as a wish, but as a decree. The life of God flows through me now, cleansing, healing, restoring. Every organ is in perfect harmony. Every cell vibrates with vitality. I am strong, I am whole, I am renewed. Write it down. Speak it until it becomes the rhythm of your being. For what is impressed will be expressed, and your body, obedient servant that it is, must mirror the command. This is the law of life, the law of belief, and tonight it is working for you. Pain is not your identity. It is not who you are. It is a temporary echo of old thoughts impressed upon your subconscious, a shadow cast by yesterday's fear or resentment, and like every shadow, it vanishes when light shines upon it. The light is belief. The light is affirmation, spoken with conviction. The light is the recognition that within you dwells the infinite healing presence, waiting for your command. If you continue to say, I am broken, the shadow lengthens. But if you say, I am whole, I am strong, I am free, the shadow dissolves. The subconscious does not resist, it simply obeys the stronger impression. And tonight, you can choose to impress healing until it becomes the only reality your body knows. There was once a woman who suffered constant migraines. She lived in dread of them, speaking daily, I am prone to headaches, I will always suffer. Her subconscious, faithful to the decree, made it so. But when she learned the law, she reversed her inner speech. She began to affirm, my head is clear, my mind is calm, the peace of God fills me. She visualized herself free, going about her day without pain. Slowly her subconscious accepted the new command, and the headache ceased. What doctors could not end, belief dissolved. Was it chance? No, it was obedience. The body obeys the law you give it, whether of sickness or of healing. You must understand, the subconscious responds to feeling more than to words. Cold repetition will not move it. But words clothed with emotion, imagination, and expectancy pierce deep. When you affirm, I am whole, do not mutter it like a formula. Feel it, imagine it. See yourself walking in health, strong and free. Feel the joy of wholeness as if it were already yours. That feeling convinces the subconscious more than 1,000 lifeless phrases. Once convinced, the subconscious mobilizes every resource, cells, nerves, hormones, circulation, to express the conviction. This is why visualization joined with affirmation produces results. You are painting the picture and then breathing life into it with feeling. A man once told me he dreaded the flu each year, and without fail he caught it. His subconscious obeyed his expectation. When he discovered this law, he changed his inner command. He affirmed daily, I am filled with divine vitality. No harm can touch me. I walk in health. He pictured himself moving among others strong and safe. The flu season came and passed, but he remained untouched. What had changed? Not the season, not the germs, but the law impressed upon his subconscious. He stopped decreeing sickness and he began decreeing health. The body expressed exactly what was impressed. Think of your subconscious as a loyal servant who never questions your orders. If you say, I am weak, it replies, yes, master, and produces weakness. If you say, I am strong, it answers, yes, master, and produces strength. It does not weigh the command, it only executes it. This is both your danger and your glory. The danger is that careless words of fear become laws of sickness. The glory is that deliberate words of faith become laws of healing. Tonight you hold the reins. Tonight you can speak the command that your subconscious will etch into your body. Choose your words as carefully as a king issuing decrees to his kingdom. Even resentment, bitterness, and guilt can show themselves in the flesh. I once knew a woman who carried resentment for years, and her body developed painful lesions. When she learned to release the bitterness and affirm love, saying, divine love dissolves everything, unlike itself. I am free, I am healed, the lesions disappeared. Her body obeyed the new atmosphere of forgiveness. Do not underestimate the physical cost of negative emotions. They are commands too, and the subconscious translates them into chemistry, into muscle tension, into sickness. Release them and replace them with love. Your body will thank you with renewed vitality. You may think your condition is too advanced, too old, too fixed, but the subconscious does not measure time. It does not say this has lasted too long to change. It only responds to the present impression. The instant you impress healing, that instant the law begins its work. The seed may take time to sprout, but the process is already underway. Do not despise small beginnings. Every easing of pain, every flicker of strength is evidence that the law is moving. Give thanks for each sign and affirm more deeply. The harvest is inevitable, for the law cannot fail once the seed is planted with conviction. The subconscious also responds powerfully in the moments before sleep. At that time, the conscious guard relaxes and impressions sink directly into the inner chamber. Do not drift into sleep rehearsing pain. Do not fall asleep saying, I hurt, I suffer. Instead, give your subconscious noble orders. Whisper, every cell of my body is whole. The healing presence of God renews me as I sleep. I awaken strong and free. Repeat it until sleep takes you. The subconscious will labor through the night to make it true, and you will rise to find your body already obeying the command. Let us seal this part with a decree. Say it with me now. The healing power of God flows through me now. Every organ is whole. Every cell is alive. Every function is perfect. I am strong, I am healthy, I am free. Write it, speak it, feel it. Let it sink deep into your subconscious. For what is impressed must be expressed, and your body, obedient and faithful, will mirror the law you choose tonight. Your body listens more closely than you realize. Every sigh of despair, every whisper of doubt, every hidden resentment is translated into physical terms by the subconscious. If you murmur, I am worn out, it drains your strength. If you mutter, I am always sick, it obliges. But if you rise up in conviction and declare, I am strong, I am radiant with divine vitality, the subconscious accepts that decree and sets every process of your body in motion to match it. Do not curse your body with careless words. Speak to it as a sovereign speaks to a loyal servant. Give it commands of health, of strength, of harmony, and it will obey with perfect faithfulness. There was once a singer, Caruso, who stood backstage paralyzed with fear. His throat tightened, his body rebelled, his conscious mind whispered, you cannot do it. But he spoke directly to his subconscious. Caruso, get out here and sing. At once the paralysis dissolved and his voice soared. He had discovered the law. The subconscious obeys the dominant command. If this principle can dissolve stage fright, can it not dissolve pain? Can it not dissolve sickness? Your subconscious does not measure degrees of difficulty. It only knows obedience. Command it with the affirmation of health, and it must express health. One woman came to me plagued by skin disease. She had prayed for years, yet always repeated within, this will never leave me. Her subconscious, hearing the deeper voice, obeyed and kept the condition alive. I taught her to reverse the decree. She began affirming, my skin is clear, every cell is pure, the life of God flows through me. She visualized herself radiant, free, smiling without fear. Slowly, her subconscious accepted the new impression, and the disease disappeared. Nothing in her environment had changed, but everything in her inner command had changed. What is impressed is expressed, and once healing was impressed, healing had to be expressed. Do not despise the role of imagination. When you see yourself strong, when you picture your body whole, when you feel it as real, the subconscious accepts the image as fact. It cannot distinguish between reality and vivid belief. Athletes train this way, surgeons practice this way, inventors create this way. Why should you not heal this way? Imagine yourself climbing stairs with ease, walking freely, sleeping soundly. The subconscious, persuaded by the image, sets the body in motion to match. This is not deception, it is law. You are painting the blueprint your body must follow. Understand that the subconscious is the silent physician. It knits the skin when cut, repairs the bone when broken, regulates the pulse without your thought. If it can do these things without your conscious command, how much more can it do when you deliberately impress it with healing belief? Trust it, Feed it with images of health, words of strength, feelings of vitality, and it will labor night and day to rebuild you. Distrust it, feed it with fear, and it will just as faithfully build sickness. It is impartial. It does not choose for you. It only builds according to the blueprint you hand it. Even bitterness and guilt can write themselves upon the flesh. I knew a man who carried deep guilt, and his body developed crippling ailments. When he learned to release it, saying, "I forgive myself, I am free, I am whole," his body began to respond. The subconscious had been poisoned with condemnation. Now it was fed with freedom, and freedom expressed itself in his health. Do not underestimate the weight of negative emotions. They are seeds, and the body is the soil. Plant resentment, and you reap disease. Plant forgiveness, and you reap healing. Choose your seed, for the soil cannot resist it. Pain often lingers because you keep rehearsing it. Each time you tell the story, each time you brood over the symptom, you give the subconscious the command to maintain it. Stop rehearsing what you do not want. Begin rehearsing what you desire. Each time pain arises, answer with affirmation. This is dissolving now. I am whole in every cell. The healing presence is at work within me. Repeat it not once, but until your heart believes it. Each repetition is a drop of water carving stone. Soon the stone must yield. Soon the body must obey. Remember, the moments before sleep are sacred. The conscious guard is lowered, and impressions sink directly into the subconscious. Do not go to bed rehearsing pain. Do not close your eyes saying, "I suffer." Instead, whisper, "I am whole, I am strong, I awaken renewed." Let these words be your last thought, and the subconscious will work through the night to carry them out. You will awaken not as the victim of pain, but as the master of your body's law. The subconscious does not rest. It obeys even while you sleep. Now let us impress healing with finality. Say with me, "The healing light of God flows through every cell of my body. My organs are in perfect harmony. My blood is pure. My nerves are calm. I am whole. I am strong. I am free now." Write it, speak it, believe it. For what is impressed is expressed, and your body, faithful servant, will mirror the law you give it tonight. The truth that will set you free is this: pain has no sovereignty over you unless you grant it. The subconscious does not decide whether you should suffer or heal. It only executes the command you impress upon it. If you impress despair, despair is expressed. If you impress faith, faith is expressed. Your body is not your enemy, it is your instrument. It listens, it obeys, it reflects. The question is never whether the body can heal, but whether you are willing to hand your subconscious the blueprint of healing. Tonight, you can withdraw the old decree of sickness and replace it with a new law. I am whole, I am strong, I am free. There was once a girl who trembled before every exam. Her stomach twisted, her body betrayed her, her mind froze. Why? Because her subconscious had been impressed with fear. She rehearsed failure night and day, and the body obeyed. But when she learned to affirm, "I am calm, I am confident, I am guided by infinite wisdom," and when she visualized herself writing easily, her subconscious accepted the new image. The body relaxed, the mind opened, and she passed with ease. Do you see the law? The body only mirrored the deeper command. Change the command, and you change the result. You may think your sickness is permanent because you have carried it for years. But the subconscious does not count years. It does not say, "This has lasted too long." It only obeys the impression given now. The moment you impress health with conviction, the law begins its work. It may take time for the body to reflect fully, but the process is already underway. Every cell, every organ, every system begins to shift in the direction of the new blueprint. Just as a ship turns slowly when the wheel is moved, so the body turns slowly when the subconscious is re-impressed. But turn it must, for the law cannot resist a new command once it is accepted. Think of your subconscious as an engine room hidden below deck. Your conscious mind is the captain, giving orders. The crew does not question the order, it simply carries it out. If the captain shouts full speed toward the rocks, the crew obeys, though disaster awaits. If the captain commands turn toward safe waters, the crew obeys and the ship is saved. Your body is the ship, your subconscious the crew, and your conscious thought the captain. What orders are you giving? Are you steering toward sickness with words of weakness or toward health with affirmations of strength? I once counseled a man suffering from ulcers. He admitted, "I constantly say, my stomach is bad, it will never heal." His subconscious took that as law and kept the condition alive. I gave him a new affirmation. My stomach is whole. My digestion is perfect. The life of God flows through me. He repeated it morning and night, imagining himself eating with ease. Within weeks, his body obeyed the new decree, and the ulcers vanished. What doctors called incurable, the law of belief cured, not by magic but by obedience. The subconscious always expresses what is impressed. Understand also that your emotions are powerful commands. Resentment is poison to the blood. Fear is tension in the nerves. Guilt is weight upon the heart. Forgiveness is medicine. Peace is restoration. Joy is strength. You are not merely feeling emotions, you are writing laws upon your body. The subconscious translates every feeling into chemistry, into pulse, into flesh. Therefore, guard your emotions as you would guard your health. Release resentment and health will rise. Embrace peace and harmony will spread through every cell. The body is always listening. Do not argue with symptoms. Do not fight pain. Fighting only reaffirms its power. Instead, speak to it with authority. You are dissolving now. Divine life flows through me. I am whole. Say it until your heart believes it. Each repetition is a stroke of the chisel carving away the old pattern. Each affirmation is a seed falling into the soil. Soon the subconscious will be convinced and the body will mirror the conviction. Do not strain, persist. Healing is not a battle, it is alignment. When you align with the law of belief, health must follow. Even science has witnessed the power of suggestion. A man told under hypnosis that his arm was paralyzed could not move it, though no physical restraint bound him. Another told he was burned, developed blisters, though no flame touched him. If false belief can cripple, true belief can heal. If fear can produce illness, faith can produce health. The subconscious is impartial. It does not care whether the suggestion is noble or destructive. It only obeys. Why not use this law for your good? Why not command health instead of sickness, peace instead of pain, freedom instead of bondage? Now let us engrave this truth upon your subconscious. Say it with me. The healing presence of God flows through me now. Every organ functions in perfect order. My blood is pure, my nerves are calm, my strength is renewed. I am whole, I am strong, I am free. Write it, whisper it, repeat it until it sinks deep into your heart. For what is impressed will be expressed, and your body, faithful servant, will obey the law you decree tonight. Your body is the canvas, and your subconscious is the painter. Every brushstroke is a thought. Every color is a feeling. Every detail is a belief you have allowed to take root. If you hand the painter an image of sickness, it paints sickness. If you hand it an image of health, it paints health. The canvas has no power to choose, it only reflects the image given. This is why you must guard the gallery of your mind. Do not let fear, gossip, or despair hand pictures to your subconscious. Instead, deliver only images of vitality, strength, and harmony. The body will display whatever portrait the subconscious has been given, for it cannot do otherwise. There was once a man who lived in terror of heart failure. Every day he spoke of his fear, pictured his collapse, rehearsed his death. His subconscious, convinced by constant repetition, tightened his chest and weakened his pulse until he nearly brought about the very fate he dreaded. When he came to me, I gave him a new decree. My heart beats with the rhythm of divine harmony. The life of God circulates in me. I am strong and safe. He repeated it day and night, imagining his heart steady and calm. In time the fear dissolved, his health returned, and his life was renewed. What changed? Not his heart, but his belief. Once the subconscious accepted the new command, the body had no choice but to follow. Do you see the danger of careless words? When you say, "I am always tired," you write exhaustion into your flesh. When you say, "I am prone to sickness," you invite sickness to remain. The subconscious does not laugh at sarcasm. It does not distinguish between a joke and a decree. It takes you at your word. This is why idle speech is so costly, and why deliberate speech is so powerful. You are programming your body with every I am that you utter. Choose therefore to say, I am filled with energy. I am immune to harm. I am whole in every cell. These are not empty words. They are commands to the subconscious, and the body must obey. A woman once carried guilt for years, whispering to herself, I deserve punishment. Her subconscious, hearing the command, produced ailments that tormented her body. When she learned to reverse it, saying instead, I forgive myself, I am free, I am healed, her health was restored. Do not underestimate the destructive power of guilt. It is not only a burden of the mind, it is poison in the flesh. Release it, and the body will begin to release its sickness. Forgive yourself, and the subconscious will translate that freedom into vitality. Guilt is disease, forgiveness is medicine. Choose the medicine. The subconscious also responds to atmosphere. Surround yourself with voices of despair, and you absorb despair. Surround yourself with words of help, and you absorb help. This is why the Psalms have healed countless souls. Their words are affirmations clothed in divine authority. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He restoreth my soul. When repeated with faith, these words are not merely poetry. They are commands impressed upon the subconscious, and they bring healing to the body. Let your environment echo what you desire, not what you fear. Let your room, your books, your company be saturated with help, so your subconscious may drink from it day and night. Do not mistake persistence for strain. The subconscious does not respond to desperate struggle. It responds to steady conviction. A farmer does not dig up the seed to check if it grows. He plants it, waters it, trusts the law. So must you. Plant the affirmation of health, water it with feeling, and trust the subconscious to do its work. You may not see results instantly, but the seed is germinating. Every easing of pain, every flicker of strength is proof that the law is active. Do not abandon the process. Persist until conviction is born, and once conviction is born, expression is inevitable. Science has already glimpsed the truth. Hypnotic suggestion has produced paralysis where no injury existed, burns where no flame touched, fevers where no infection was present. The body obeyed the subconscious as though the suggestion were fact. If a false suggestion can produce illness, why should not a true suggestion produce healing? If fear can cripple, why cannot faith restore? The law is impartial. It does not prefer sickness or health. It only expresses what it receives. Therefore impress health, and health must come. Impress strength, and strength must appear. The law cannot fail, for it is exact and impartial. Even the act of gratitude can heal. When you give thanks for health as though it were already yours, you convince the subconscious of its reality. It accepts the gratitude as evidence that healing is fact, and it sets to work to express it. Begin now to thank God for your wholeness, thank Him for your strength, thank Him for the renewal already unfolding. Gratitude is not empty courtesy, it is the language of belief, and belief is the only law the subconscious obeys. Be grateful as though the healing were already complete, and the subconscious will hasten to make it so. Now let us seal this with a decree. Say it with me, slowly but with fire in your heart. Every cell of my body is filled with divine vitality. My mind is calm, my nerves are steady, my blood is pure. I am strong, I am whole, I am free. Write it, whisper it, repeat it until it burns within you. For the law is faithful. What is impressed is expressed. And your body, listening this very moment, is already beginning to obey. Your body is not a machine of blind steel. It is a living instrument tuned by your subconscious mind. Every rhythm, every function, every sensation is directed by the silent commands impressed upon it. If you hand your subconscious the music of harmony, your body plays the symphony of health. If you hand it the discord of fear, your body plays the song of disease. It does not decide the melody, it only performs the score. This is why you must choose the notes carefully. Every word, every image, every belief is part of the composition your subconscious translates into flesh. Ask yourself now, what music are you commanding your body to play? There was a young man plagued by chronic fatigue. He told himself daily, I am weak, I can barely endure. His subconscious loyal servant that it is drained his strength until he collapsed into exhaustion. But when he learned the law, he reversed the script. He began affirming, "Divine energy flows through me. Every breath fills me with strength. I am alive with power." He pictured himself walking swiftly, working joyfully, moving with vigor. Slowly, the subconscious accepted the new image, and strength returned to his body. The same law that once made him weak now made him strong. For the subconscious is not biased, it only obeys the dominant command. Do not be deceived by appearances. Symptoms are echoes, not masters. They are the shadows of yesterday's belief. If you stare at them in fear, you impress more of the same, and the shadow lengthens. But if you answer them with faith, you introduce a new command, and the shadow dissolves. Do not say, "This pain is my truth." Say, "This pain is dissolving now, and my truth is wholeness." Speak to the symptom as you would to a disobedient servant, with calm authority. "You are leaving now. Divine harmony governs my body." Repeat it until your heart believes it, for once the subconscious accepts, the symptom must obey. Even bitterness can cripple the body. I once knew a woman who held resentment for decades, and her spine bent under its weight. When she finally released it, affirming daily, "I forgive all, I am free, I am healed," her body straightened, her pain dissolved, and her health blossomed. Resentment is a command to the subconscious to constrict and poison. Forgiveness is a command to release and restore. What emotions are you rehearsing? Each one is a law written into your flesh. Anger carves lines on the face, fear hollows the eyes, joy restores youth, love beautifies. Your body is always broadcasting the convictions you carry within. Think of your subconscious as the soil of destiny. It does not argue with the seed you plant. If you sow weeds, it produces weeds. If you sow roses, it produces roses. Pain, sickness, and weakness are weeds planted by fear, resentment, and doubt. Health, strength, and vitality are roses planted by faith, love, and joy. The soil does not prefer one over the other. It grows whatever you plant. The harvest is certain. If you do not like what grows, do not curse the soil. Change the seed. Plant health tonight, and tomorrow's garden will begin to shift. The law of sowing and reaping cannot fail. Science itself has proven the law. Hypnotic suggestion has produced burns where no fire touched, paralysis where no injury existed, even bleeding where no wound was present. The subconscious accepted the belief and expressed it in flesh. If false suggestion can wound, why should not true suggestion heal? If fear can cripple, why should not faith restore? The same law governs both. The question is not whether the law works, but whether you will use it rightly. Impress health, and health will come. Impress strength, and strength will appear. The subconscious has no choice but to obey. Never say, "I will try to be well." Trying is doubt in disguise. Say instead, "I am well now. Healing flows through me." Speak it as fact, for the subconscious accepts present tense, not future hope. The moment you declare it, the subconscious receives it as real and begins its work. The harvest may take time, but the seed is alive the moment it is planted. Do not postpone your healing with weak words. Declare it now. Believe it now. The law responds to conviction, not to hesitation. And remember, the atmosphere you create before sleep is the most fertile ground of all. The conscious guard relaxes, and the subconscious is wide open to receive. Do not fall asleep saying, "I suffer, I hurt." Instead whisper, "The healing presence of God restores me now. I awaken whole, I awaken strong." Let these words be the last you speak, and the subconscious will work through the night to weave them into flesh. You will awaken, not merely rested, but renewed. This is no dream, it is law. Seal this moment with affirmation. Say it aloud. Every nerve, every cell, every organ of my body vibrates with life. The healing presence flows through me like a golden river. I am whole, I am strong, I am free. Write it, repeat it, engrave it. For what is impressed is expressed, and your body, faithful instrument, will play the music of health you choose tonight. The power that heals you is not outside in a pill or a potion. It is within, waiting for your recognition. Every cut that closes, every bone that knits, every heartbeat that sustains you is testimony to the silent physician dwelling in your subconscious mind. That same power that has mended you 1,000 times before is ready to mend you again. But it waits for your command, for your belief, for your decree. If you continue to say, "I am sick, I am frail, I am doomed," the subconscious accepts the verdict and carries it out. But if you rise and say, I am whole, I am strong, I am renewed by divine life, the subconscious accepts that decree and begins to restore the body. It has no choice, it must obey. There was once a man told he had only months to live. He accepted the verdict, rehearsed it daily, and the subconscious carried it out to the letter. Yet another man told the same thing, answered within, that is not my law, the law of life is the law of belief, and I believe in healing now. He visualized his body strong, repeated affirmations of life, filled his subconscious with images of vitality. Months passed, then years, and he lived in health. What was the difference? Not the diagnosis, not the environment, but the belief. The subconscious is impartial. It will express death as quickly as life, fear as quickly as faith. The choice is yours. Do not think of healing as begging for mercy. It is not a plea, it is alignment. True prayer is not asking, but impressing. It is seeing the desired condition as already yours, feeling it as real, affirming it until your subconscious accepts it. When Jesus said, according to your faith be it unto you, he revealed the law, not according to chance, not according to faith, but according to your faith. Your subconscious acts as the faithful servant, carrying out whatever law you hand it. Give it a law of sickness, and sickness is expressed. Give it a law of health, and health is expressed. The law is exact, impartial, eternal. Your subconscious does not measure difficulty. To it, healing a cold or dissolving a tumor is the same. It does not say, this is small, this is great. It only obeys the conviction given. You are the one who measures and doubts, and your doubt delays the work. Remove the measure and the law flows unhindered. Believe simply, affirm boldly, and the subconscious will carry it out with mathematical precision. This is why some heal instantly while others take time. The difference is not the condition, but the depth of conviction. Convince your subconscious, and healing is inevitable. Do not allow the world to dictate your decree. Doctors, friends, and family may offer suggestions, but only you decide which to impress. Their words become law only if you accept them. You can listen respectfully and still answer within. Divine order governs my body. I am whole now, and your subconscious will obey your voice, not theirs. No one else has authority over your inner law unless you grant it. Guard your subconscious as a king guards his throne. Do not let idle words of despair sit upon it. Seat only truth, only healing, only harmony. The throne is yours to protect. Even if symptoms remain, do not despair. They are but the residue of yesterday's belief, already dissolving as today's seed of health takes root. Every easing of pain, every flicker of strength, is evidence that the law is active. Give thanks for each sign, and affirm more deeply. Do not uproot the seed with doubt. Trust the process. Healing is not a miracle, it is law. Plant faith, and faith will bear fruit. Plant healing, and healing will appear. The soil cannot fail. Only the sower can fail by abandoning the seed. Hold steady, and the harvest will come. The greatest secret is this: you are not fighting sickness, you are commanding health. The subconscious is not moved by struggle, but by authority. Speak with authority. Declare, I am the temple of the living God. Every organ is whole, every cell is strong, every function is perfect. Say it until you believe it, write it until you know it, whisper it until it becomes your heartbeat. The subconscious will take that decree and make it flesh. The law of life is the law of belief, and belief is the master key. Use it, and no door can remain closed to you. And so let this be the final command we plant tonight. Say it with me, not as a hope, but as a decree. The healing power of God flows through me now. My body is whole, my mind is calm, my spirit is free. I am strong, I am renewed, I am filled with life. Write it, whisper it, engrave it upon your soul. For once it is impressed, it must be expressed. The law is faithful, the law is impartial, the law cannot fail. Tonight you have given it the command of healing, and tomorrow your body will rise to obey. You have heard it now, the law that governs your body, your health, your destiny. It is not hidden in temples, not locked in laboratories, not reserved for the few. It is within you, waiting for your command. The subconscious is your silent servant, your faithful physician, your hidden builder. It asks only for one thing, that you impress upon it the belief you wish expressed. If you decree sickness, it will give you sickness. If you decree health, it will give you health. What is impressed is expressed. This is the eternal law. So I ask you tonight, what will you plant? Will you continue to sow fear, doubt, and weakness, or will you sow faith, strength, and harmony? Your body cannot resist the seed you give it. It must obey. Pain may try to argue, symptoms may try to shout, but the subconscious listens only to the voice of conviction. Speak to it with authority and it will obey with precision. You are not helpless. You are not a victim. You are the captain of your soul, the master of your fate, the lawgiver of your flesh. Let every breath remind you that life is flowing through you now, divine and inexhaustible. Let every heartbeat testify that infinite intelligence sustains you. Let every step be a proclamation of strength renewed. And when doubts arise, answer them with affirmation. I am whole, I am strong, I am healed. Write it, whisper it, live it. For the more you affirm it, the deeper it sinks. And once it is impressed, expression is inevitable. Tonight, as you drift into sleep, do not take pain into your dreams. Take faith. Do not carry fear into the night. Carry healing. Whisper as you close your eyes. The healing presence of God restores me now. Every cell, every organ, every function is in perfect harmony. I awaken whole, renewed, and free. Let that be your final command, and the subconscious will labor all night to fulfill it. The law of life is the law of belief. Believe in sickness, and sickness remains. Believe in health, and health returns. Believe in the infinite within you, and nothing can stand against you. You are the architect, the sower, the master. Choose tonight to believe rightly, and tomorrow you shall walk in the expression of that belief. Say it once more, with conviction, and let it be written in the depths of your soul. I am one with the infinite healing presence. I am whole, I am strong, I am free.